My first introduction to hip hop was sneaking to listen to hip hop. My dad was a pastor. My dad's really into church. Well, was when I was younger. He was really into church, so he would only allow us to listen to like Stevie Wonder and Donny Hathaway and Marvin Gaye and like just great old soul singers who, you know, he was inspired by, and he pushed it on us like this is what real music feels like. So like I said, in traveling and moving a lot of different places, I was able to, when I would go to Oklahoma or when I would move to Illinois, I would be exposed to a different rapper or just somebody that was doing their thing. And when I was about in the 7th grade, I got introduced to Biggie, and I was on the bus going to school. I was living in DeKalb, Illinois, and I remember that I was the youngest dude on that bus, and there was a whole bunch of older kids, and they would always play Biggie on the bus, and I was like, yo, what is that? You know, you go and you do your research and you find out, and I went to New York for the summer, and I really engulfed myself into the culture of New York, and just Biggie was big around then, Pac was big around then. Around the Biggie area was Lil C's and Lil Kim, and you know, that whole era, the 90s era, really inspired me. It was just like everybody, it just had a whole different feeling. And even to today, it carries over because everything that I do, I'm inspired by that feeling of what it felt like. The 90s era was really inspiring to me, and it actually, like I said, affects my music today. I'm still inspired by that feeling, that vibe, that energy, you know, and I look for that now because I wasn't a part of it, but I was watching it, you know. Even if you go back and you listen to talk about like Missy and Timbaland and that era of it, it's still the 90s, and that still inspired me, you know. Some of the music that people might be surprised that I listen to, I mean, I listen to country music. I like to listen to house music. I like to listen to jazz. I like to listen to gospel music sometimes. Man, I have a lot of different music tastes. My spectrum is very broad when it comes to music. I grew up in a lot of different places, traveled. My father was in the military, so I'm Panamanian. I was born in Germany. I lived in Oklahoma, Hawaii, Illinois, like a whole bunch of different places, New York. So when it comes to music, I think each place just allowed me to get into a different genre a little bit more. My father, he inspired me a great deal. I didn't even realize how much he inspired me when I was younger. It wasn't until I got older I was able to appreciate what he instilled. You know, when you're a kid, you're like, man, I can't listen to all of the same things that everybody else is listening to, and you're holding me back from growing. You know, I really felt like that, but in essence, it really helped me to ground me. He instilled, I guess, like soul music, and I think that's a big part of who I am now, and I'm very thankful.
Kanye was in the room next door, and I knew him from a while back, and so he came over to our session and did Diamonds a cappella because he was finishing that album.
Every person of whatever race was in that building stopped as if dinosaurs have come back and came to order food.
He smacks my background singer on her ass and says, "That's right, bitch." And everybody stops and is like, whoa. If that just happened before we could process what happened.
Man, we worked so hard on that music, bro. For it never to really come out. I went through a whole 2 years of just fuck it. I didn't go to the studio, I didn't want to do anything